Another of our stories in Roald Dahl's Tales of the Unexpected is Lamb to the Slaughter. An interesting title. I wonder what that means. Could mean different things to different people. But at the start of this story, we are presented with an idealistic 1950s housewife who is doting over her husband. The house is prepared, the dinner is being prepared. She's just waiting and longing for the time when her husband returns home from work. Mary Maloney is that woman, and her husband Patrick is a police inspector, and he is coming home from a typical hard day's work. But today he has something on his mind. He comes home a little bit earlier than normal, but Mary wonders, but still welcomes him in the usual way, prepares him a drink. Before she will prepare the tea, he sits down and doesn't say a lot. Clearly he has something on his mind, but Mary just dotes over him, asking him how the day went, asking him what he wants for tea. But he didn't want anything for tea today. He wasn't hungry, he said. But there was something that he had to tell her. And so he didn't know any other way other than just to tell her right out, to tell her straight what was on his mind. We're not told what that conversation was in the story, but whatever it was, it had a profound effect on Mary Maloney particularly. She kept herself calm for a bit, thought about it, went out of the room and said, "I'll prepare tea anyway, even though you're not hungry." She went down into the basement, opened the freezer and pulled out a leg of lamb. She went casually and calmly back up to the lounge, and as Patrick was staring out of the window drinking his scotch, Mary Maloney, in I don't know what state of mind, but she just lifted the leg of lamb high and swung it down, and in one fell swoop bashed him over the head. For a few seconds Patrick just stood there swaying, and then eventually he collapsed, dead on the floor. What was Mary to do? She had to think, how is she going to get out of this? So she phoned the police, but not just yet. She had to think, what's her alibi? How can she not be suspected of this murder? So she practiced in the mirror upstairs, talking to Sam the grocer, so that she could go off to the shop, buy some more ingredients for tea, come home and prepare tea in the usual way. So that's exactly what she did. Off she went to the grocer's, bought some vegetables, bought some potatoes, bought some afters, a nice cheesecake because Patrick loves cheesecake, went home and saw Patrick lying on the floor, as she'd left him a few minutes before, clearly. At that point she phoned the police. Now the police were clearly Patrick's colleagues, friends of his. They couldn't believe what they were hearing. They came rushing in and trying to find out, is it true? Is it true? Is it really Patrick that's been murdered? Yes, it was, she said. Well, they saw. The police examined the scene of the crime, and they made sure they went round asking the neighbours, went to speak to Sam. One of them tried to calm Mary down. Clearly she was in shock. Good actress, I think. By this time, Mary had put the leg of lamb, the murder weapon, in the oven, roasting away with the potatoes and the vegetables. And as time went on in the evening, she said to the police, "Won't you eat the leg of lamb, the dinner? You must be very tired by now." They said, "Oh no, we couldn't. But I don't want it to go to waste, and Patrick would like you to." So she persuaded them eventually to eat the roast lamb and the potatoes and the vegetables. And in doing so, unbeknown to them, they had actually eaten the murder weapon. And at one point, the police said to each other, the murder weapon must be here somewhere. It is going to be right under our noses. And Mary Maloney, she giggled to herself. She had committed the perfect crime, or so we are led to believe. So what do you think of Mary Maloney? What do you think of Patrick Maloney? What do you think of the police? These are questions for you to decide, having read the story of Lamb to the Slaughter, another tale of the unexpected by Roald Dahl. Good luck.